So obviously coming from 2019 into 2020 into 2021, there's been some, shall we say, significant events and changes in business, in the economy, in health, in the fitness industry. So we're obviously, this is a Living Fit show. Aaron, Julia, Marcus, we're talking about living fit and we talk about the fitness industry. But something that, I don't know, there are a few people talking about it, but nobody's really talking about like, hey, how can I fix my business if I'm a trainer? Or how can I fix my gym if I'm a trainer or whatever? Because of the things that have happened in 2020 and 2021. Obviously, namely COVID-19, the shelter in place, masking, protocols, all of this stuff or whatever. But something that I have had the great pleasure of observing and interacting with, and I know Marcus has too, is we have level 4. And so Julia will have a level 4 as well, but we have a level 4 group. And in this group, there's trainers, there's gym owners, there's fitness directors that are talking about this all of the time. And the coolest part is they're talking about what works. They're talking about what doesn't work, all of that stuff. Yeah. Obviously, you've been able to survive you've just signed with Living Fit, and so you had a business all through that. We've been able to survive as Living Fit. What are some things that you have done or you were able to do, or maybe were already in place by happenstance that allowed that business to continue to thrive?
Yeah, I mean, I am very lucky and blessed because I have been online for essentially my entire career. So after I shifted from being in the collegiate setting, I built my own business online. And so I got lucky with that. A lot of people, not so much.
Yeah.
But in terms of how things have shifted in the way that obviously everyone, beginning of 2020, I guess March 2020, things took a turn and nobody was really looking for fitness. Everyone was kind of in survival mode of like, how can we stay safe? And then a couple months later, everyone, after being, in place, shelter at home and those protocols, people then shifted into what can I do, to support my health? Yeah. How can I still stay fit when I can't be going to the gym? Like, how do I stay accountable? All these things. So.
Well, and then gym owners and stuff like that, like, how do I keep this business going? Yeah, like, how do I still make money and pay my bills? Yeah.
Well, it just showed the value of having different options for people. I mean, people started to realize very early on, like, oh, I actually enjoy working out at home. I actually enjoy having the ability to do what I want when I want, but I still need guidance. So where do I go for that guidance? I don't want to just be a random trainee and just do a bunch of YouTube videos. So, the people that were established in online training definitely got an influx. Yeah. But for the people that didn't know, how to do that stuff at first, how did they kind of jump into it right at that time to give those different options? So I know a couple gyms that friends of mine, and then some of the level 4 coaches as well. As soon as they offered Zoom workouts, like Zoom, man, that was like just any kind of streaming workout, any kind of streaming service, I'm pretty sure they were the cause of all this because that and kettlebell companies, but not kettlebell kings. But giving those options to people, and now they were able to help people all over the world. They were able to help people, at all times of the day. Like, it wasn't just in the 2 different classes that you were doing. It gave people so many more options. So if someone was, smart about it and quick about it, they were able to turn a lot of their clients into online clients and help so many more people, and even get clients from there, or build their base.
Yeah, advice I know that you've given, I've given it as well. Prior to all this was like niche, right? Niche yourself, like figure out what your niche is, what you either like to train or are really good at, getting people results with or whatever. Yeah, those people, if they were able to roll that model into some sort of a technology, leveraged model where they're online and, growing their business from an online standpoint, man, they tended to crush it. Being general, I feel like
that was the big.
Yeah, being generally, I train everybody and everything and all that, and then trying to bring that online, it's like, yeah, so does everybody else. You know, like so you get lost in the you get lost in the forest of all of these trees that are all the same, and it's like, well, you get a couple of people to go to your tree because there's a million other trees that are just like that.
No, that's such a great point because as fitness enthusiasts and as coaches, like we're good at a lot of things. We can do a lot of things, and we want to showcase all that. So we want to be a jack of all trades. And we're not saying go and be a specific person on a specific tool, but having a fairly specific focus is going to help you weed out the noise, and it's going to help you attract the right person. So during times like this, you always have a client base to pull from. But if you're just everything to everyone, what is it? You're nothing to anyone, or you're nothing to
So you're saying that I shouldn't just be like a patellar bone strengthening coach? That's it?
There's probably one out there.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if I needed support with my patella, I'd come to you.
There's at least 10,000 people that need help with their patella.
You think so? You think so?
Yeah, have a fairly specific, but if you are more specific, you are going to appeal to a specific type of person. And those people, and now that they've had time to look around, they're going to go to the expert in something. They're not going to go to the person that does a little bit of everything.
Well, you could be like a knee rehab, or prehab or post-rehab coach or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. So having that, I like that. That was like the main.
That's cute.
Yeah. Well, so the thing that I gleaned from the level 4, it's like in this day and age, if you don't have a pre-recorded, business model, and then a live stream model and an in-person model, it's not going to work. And obviously you don't really have, and maybe I'm wrong in this, but you didn't really have an in-person model. It was just pre-recorded and live stream, right?
Yeah.
Or like interactive online.
Phone calls. Yeah.
Which is like in person.
Yeah.
Like a phone call?
People use phone.
Talk to someone, you didn't text them.
Was it like rotary dial? Was it like a
What a concept. I help clients through
Did you fax
phone
them anything
calls.
too? Did you fax them stuff?
No, it's called.
I noticed you do a lot of voice text.
I do.
To hear, is that something that came from working with people and they liked it, or is it something that you like?
Commuting to grad school and having to respond to people, so I couldn't text, and I just,
Look at you, it's so good.
And it's easier.
Meanwhile, Marcus and I are like,
don't do that.